Pinocchio's nose grew every time he lied. Let's hope that doesn't happen to me today. Since we're going to spend the next 7 weeks together, I'm going to let you know on a couple of truths about me and my life so that we can get to know each other. Today, I'm going to tell you about 2 truths and 1 lie, and you'll try to guess the lie. First, I'll tell you about a time I almost flooded my mom's house. Then, I'll let you know about a time I thought I peed myself, but it was my water breaking. And lastly, I'll tell you about the time my 4-year-old decided it was okay to cuss out a football player at a high school game. Let me start telling you my first possible truth or lie. When I was pregnant with my first daughter, I had gone over to my mom's to relax and visit. She had this gorgeous deep bathtub. It could make anybody fall asleep. Well, when I decided to run my hot bath, hop in, next thing I know, I hear banging on the door. I had fallen asleep with the water running. So my mom's kitchen, bedrooms, her living room, they all flooded. The house wasn't knee deep, but it was pretty wet everywhere. Now that you've heard one possible truth or lie, let me tell you another possible truth or lie. The last trimester with my second daughter, I didn't expect for my water to break, considering that with my first pregnancy, that was done at the hospital by my doctor. My husband and I were sitting in the living room watching Hocus Pocus when I got a craving for hot Cheetos. Even though by this time in my pregnancy, my husband was always getting things for me so I wouldn't walk. This time I decided I needed to stretch. I needed to get up and move. What I didn't realize though was that my water had broken. I genuinely thought I had peed myself from not having gotten up. At this point, I thought my bladder was empty until I realized I needed to go restroom. Actually go restroom.
Mommy,
It wasn't until my husband freaked out and he decided to rush us to the hospital because he's a panicker that we found out my water was broken. Now that you've heard another possible truth or lie, let me tell you a final possible truth or lie. My husband and I decided to finally take our 6-year-old and our 4-year-old to their first football game. It was my nephew's first football game as well, as a senior. So we all went. It was going great. The only way my kids could differentiate who was by the colors.
Yeah.
So they were aware of what their cousin was wearing. But what we never thought was the enthusiasm they would catch onto watching this game. We expected them to just be like, you know what, it's boring. They are 2 little girls. We weren't really expecting much out of both of them being excited. Next thing we know, they were aware that their cousin was in the game. They just didn't know what position or who he even was. But they saw one of his teammates get tackled and they believed it was him. My 4-year-old decided then to throw out F-bombs, B-bombs. She just knew she was upset because she believed her cousin had been tackled. As a mom, I was really embarrassed. You know, a 4-year-old cussing, that's not really something you want to hear. As a dad, my husband was ecstatic. He loved that his daughter loved the game. Today I told you 2 truths and 1 lie. First I told you about the time I almost flooded my mom's house. Then I told you about a time when I thought I peed myself. And finally, I told you about a time my 4-year-old went off on a football player at a high school game. Pinocchio's nose may have grown when he lied, but mine didn't. Good luck figuring out the lie. I hope telling you these 3 stories allowed you to get to know me a little better. Just remember, one is a lie, and now you must guess which one is a lie.